What's up, my brother?
What's up? What's up?
How you doing today?
I'm good. Just got back from the beach, so
You feeling good, huh?
I'm feeling real good.
All right, so listen, man. Introduce yourself to the people who don't know you here, man.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Justin. I've been following MG probably for the last 6 or 7 months. Um,
Hmm.
Hearing him talk about, hey, stop sitting on the pot. You need to go out there and do it. Don't wait. Now is the best time to buy. Now is the best time. Stop waiting. If you got your ducks in a row, if you got savings, now is the best time to buy. So I went and did it, and thanks to his help and his loan officers, I was able to close on Juneteenth. So that's
Yes.
hope. But
So hold on before we go any further, man. Just so people who checking in, man. First of all, everybody, welcome. Shout out to the Charm City Buyers. I see y'all out there in B-More doing what y'all doing. But I told you guys this summer, right? It's officially the first day of summer today, right? So over my campaign over the next 93 days is to God willing, highlight 100 closings over the next 93 days right here on my IG live. This video will self-destruct within 12 hours. So my advice is tap that airplane, share it with your community, let them know that this series starts today. And my guy Justin is closing number one of the summer, and his closing was on Juneteenth. So we're gonna make Juneteenth the official first day of summer, right?
I'm with.
So so Justin's going to tell his story. The purpose of this campaign, guys, is for you guys to hear it from the horse's mouth. People who look just like you, who are out here executing on their real estate goals. People who didn't sit on the sidelines during quarantine. That way you guys get more inspiration because I think this is something that I've never done also on any of my pages. I don't really post a lot of my closings. I don't really do that stuff, but I've always been trying to figure out a way. What's the best way to launch like testimonies, basically, right? But I don't want it to be about me or what my team did great or we didn't did great. I want to hear from whatever's from your lens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So listen, let's tell your story. You started following me 6, 7 months ago. Um, you're a member of EYL University.
Yep.
Shout out to all my earners. Hashtag, matter of fact, hashtag earners in the comments because this is one of your own. And I'll probably post this whole video in EYL University, matter of fact. Um, but tell the people your story, man. What kind of loan? Where are you located? What did you do?
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna give it to y'all raw. So
Hmm.
again, I'm located in Northern Virginia. Uh, my wife and I just bought a house in DC. So to break it all down, I was watching one of Matt's lives. He was like, "Hey, if you're ready to apply, click the link in my bio." So I was like, "All right." So I clicked the link in the bio. You got to submit all your forms and everything like that. So along with the process, again, since I was a first-time home buyer, I'm assuming that bank to bank, if they told me my mortgage is going to be 3,000 and the other one tell me it's going to be 2,800 based off of estimate, I'm like, all right, bet I'm leaving. I'm jumping because the estimate looks better. And so I did that. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I left Matt. I said, hey, they
Yep.
estimate back $500 cheaper, so I'm gonna have to hit you with the deuces.
Yep.
Matt, Matt said, I understand all that. He said, but you can't leave me off a property tax estimate. He said, it's an estimate. And so me being in finance, I'm assuming like, yeah, he talking about an estimate, but I'm like, this where it said right here, black and white. He's like, hold on, give me a second, let me show you. So he proceeded to show me. And so he's like, all right. So then I go to the other lender. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I know I had you run my credit, but I'm going to have to hit you with the deuces. I'm going back to my original lender. And so he was mad, and he was from New York. So New York could be all feisty. So y'all don't let nobody go real easy. So I'm over here trying to kind of like slowly like break up with him. And so finally I come back to Matt, and he's like, yo, just to also be transparent, my wife and I, we have pretty good credit scores. We're like in the high 700s. So he goes, hey, with that, I'm going to be able to get you a conventional rate of 2.875. So when I go and tell the other lender, he's like, he's lying to you. That's make believe. He's like, he can't get that for you. He said, well, if that's the case, I'm gonna give you 2%. And so he was like, you need to explain to me how you can get that 2 point. I was like, actually, I don't need to explain nothing to you. I'm just letting you know. And so me being the first time, I was like, I hope I made the right decision. And my realtor is saying, that rate's impossible. You can't get that. So I text Matt. I was like,
Now, just for peace of mind, just so people understand, it's not June when rates went low, right? What
oh,
month is this?
this was what? Maybe into April?
The April, early May, right?
Yeah. And so they're like, nah, this ain't possible. So I was like, yo, Matt, like, do me a favor. Can you go and like three-way me and like let my lender know this is what you're doing? So he goes, no, I got you. Calls her back. He's like, by the way, she pissed. And so she called me. I don't know how he did it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, well, if he give me the rate, then he knew what he was doing. So then fast forward, so we got the rate and we're going in between properties. And so we did have a little bit of hiccups in the way. So it's like
Okay.
when the title came back, it was way more than what, than what I thought it was going to be.
The
So
property taxes.
yeah, the property taxes, it was
Hmm.
way more than what the estimate was, because in DC, like if you buy a property vacant, they give you a 5% tax rate based off of the assessed tax value of the property. So in my case, I ended up having to pay $1,200 in property tax instead of the 200, which it'll be in a couple months when I'm able to get everything, kind of finalized and squared away. Mind you, again, I like to give Matt credit for this. What we all need to realize is that we the boss. We can't sit around here and let them dictate, because, well, they said this or they said that. And so, full transparency, I told Matt, I said, hey, I wanted to close on Wednesday. Now y'all messing me up. I said, I done already put $10,000 down, so I'm gonna lose this money. Matt said, you ain't losing shit. He said, let me tell you that right now. He's like, you're not losing it. He said, there ain't no way they walking away. He said, to be even more transparent, he said, I'll give you $10,000 out of my own pocket if they pull out the deal. Me, I'm like, nah, he bullshit. He ain't about to give me no. He said, no cap. I'm giving you $10,000 if they pull out the deal. And of course, he ain't give me $10,000 because I closed on Juneteenth, so they ain't no deal. But
like I told you.
he was right. You know what I'm saying? Big facts. So I was like, all right. And so, but the thing is, like, during this whole process, I was super stressed because I'm thinking, oh, now we got to push the closing date back. This is going to be infected. Oh, now this came up, So just to let y'all know, not all home buying process is smooth. You know what I mean? It's not smooth. Again, you can have the best credit in the world. You can have all your money lined up. You can have everything, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be smooth. What you need to focus on, and the same thing Matt told me, is we the CEO, we're the boss. The realtor worked for us. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Technically, Matt worked for me for that short period of time,
That's a fact.
as well as as the other buyers. So we got to remember, like, hey, they're working for us. It's gonna be some bumps in the road. You know what I mean? Me, I'm on top of everything. I found every number, every this and that, like, and that's
Hmm.
for a person who's always on their stuff. Somebody else might not be that way. But just to let y'all know, again, at the end of the day, Matt got me the best rate that anybody could offer. He got me such a good rate that they was mad at me because of the rate. What I want to say is, at the end of the day, again, Matt was my daggone guidance counselor, psychology. He was my therapist, because I'm like, I was scared. I was like, yo, we done put all this money. I can't lose 10 bands. He's like, it's not going anywhere. So again, my thing is, Matt was more than a loan officer, I'm MG the mortgage guy. He legit talked me off the bridge a couple times.
Yeah,
I was
100%.
both feet in. And so
So
right when I was about to jump, I was like, let me hit him up. So
So look, man, let's talk about the important lessons you learned. Number one, you learned that you are the CEO of the transaction, right?
correct.
And I preach that to the first time home buyer community. Everyone works for you at the end of the day. There's no deal without the buyer. No one's going to walk away from anything. I don't care what no one tells you. It's just not going to happen. People threaten leaving closings and walking away. Now, it does happen. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? But if it's something reasonable that caused delays, like, yo, take a chill pill. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to close. Let's get through this hurdle and let's keep it moving. Like I tell people all the time, if you don't see me nervous, then you shouldn't be nervous. Because then if I'm nervous, then shit, you got some problems.
Yeah.
Because that means the deal is really probably not going to close if I'm nervous, right?
Yeah.
And that's important, right? I think another thing is important is your contract sales price doesn't mean anything. Your seller's concession doesn't mean anything until that appraiser comes, right? Once you get that appraisal report, that is the meat and potatoes of the entire deal. So there's two parts of a transaction, guys. There's credit and there's collateral. Credit is you, the buyer, right? And then it's collateral, title, and appraisal. So in your situation, we had two F ups: property taxes incorrect, and appraisal came in low. Which wound up benefiting you
Yeah.
in the long run?
It benefited me in the long run, but it cost me more money out of pocket because
Talk about it. Talk about
oh,
it so they understand.
all right, so again, we give them real numbers. We always give real numbers on here.
Yeah, real facts, no
Okay.
caps.
So the house my wife and I were purchasing was $695,000.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's, of course, that's what the seller wanted. And so it comes back at 660,000. And so originally the seller was willing to give us 1%, so which is around $6,950. They were willing to give us that towards our closing costs. So when the appraisal came back in $35,000 cheaper, they were pissed off. They came back, and again, this is where Matt again walked me through it. He said, "Hey, these are the comps they are sending me. How are they getting this number?" He says, "You don't want to just go and attack an appraiser. Let's see what they're doing." And so the seller's agent was like, "They giving us mind you, my property is detached on one side. They giving us single family homes, no detachment, with a big ass backyard, all the
Garages.
garages. You know what I mean? They had people walking the dog in the front. Like, we ain't have none of that." And
Yeah,
they was trying to justify that price. And so I'm like, again, being the first time, I was like, "Yo, Matt, like, show me what you looking at." And he's like, "This is what I'm looking at right here." And to be completely honest with you, I think the appraiser gave me more than what it was probably actually worth,
I
based
agree.
because they went out 4 miles, and normally in comps you want to go probably about a mile or two radius, you know what I mean, on each side. They went 4.6 miles away to be able to give me that 660. So I
Yeah,
knew that that was already a stretch.
absolutely. I mean, look, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, right? At the end of the day, there are some realtors out there because of the seller insisting, and the realtor wants to get the listing, they're going to go whatever number the seller is adamant, especially from an investor standpoint, right? They don't want to lose that deal. But ultimately, you got to justify it. It doesn't matter if you tell me it's worth 690 if the numbers don't support it. In this case, the numbers totally just didn't support a 690. And if you can't show comps, then you can't contest an appraiser just because your feelings are hurt,
Yeah.
right? We don't care about your feelings. Like, where's the numbers? And we've repeatedly asked for the numbers. We got the numbers, and we sat down and we analyzed every single comp, the distance, square footage,
Yep.
and none of the comps that they sent ultimately supported the value. So what they have to do, they got to lower the price by 30,000 if they
Yeah.
want to keep the deal. So it worked out in your favor as a
Yeah.
buyer.
Yeah. Again, at the end of the day, like, it worked out. You gotta understand, like, why you're purchasing these houses. If you're purchasing a house as a long-term investment, then the numbers have to make sense. And so again, did it cost my wife and I more money out of pocket off the jump because now we had to pay an additional $7,000 that we didn't know about?
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, $35,000 over 30 years is going to be probably almost 80.
Yeah.
That in
Once
turn.
you have the interest and everything
Yeah.
included into it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so it was definitely one of those things where it's like a learning kit. I was bringing information, again, my realtor did a great job. You know what I mean? Like, there was things that, like, I was like, "Hey, I found this out." Me, because if I don't know, I'm gonna look it up. Like, I found out, like, recordation taxes and deed transfer taxes. I figured out what my portion was. So I'm over here trying to. I calculated my own closing costs before my loan officer Alex ever sent it to me. So I was like, "Oh, okay." I was a little bit off. You know what I mean? Like, that's just
Yeah, a little bit, but not by much. But
yeah,
that's why also I think besides that, the value and not depending on sales concessions, I think that was a great lesson in this. But also property taxes. When you're out here buying homes, verify your taxes on your own. Don't just go off of what you're seeing on the website of a listing or something like that because the information could be wrong. you got to do your own due diligence too to know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Because in this case, your taxes went from freaking almost $300 a month to $1,000 a month,
Correct.
you know, at the 99th hour too, once
Yeah.
we got the title report back. So thank God that from a DTI perspective, you were still good, but that could have messed somebody up.
Yeah, extra $1,000 on a mortgage. Not everybody is, equipped to kind of handle that in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, that was major. So that was one of the major things that I can tell everybody who's watching this right now, who's going to watch this for the 12 hours that I let it stay on my page. Um, Listen, you have to verify, trust, but verify all the numbers. All right. So look, man, now you have your home. You closed on Juneteenth. You're number one of the summer for me.
That's what I'm.
The first closing, the first testimony, the first spotlight. If you had to tell anybody watching this right now, anybody who's buying a home, who's in the process of buying a home, what's the best advice that you can give them, being the fact that you just closed during COVID-19 quarantine? What's the best advice you can give them?
I would say the best advice I would give somebody is remember at the end of the day, you are the CEO, you are the boss. Do not allow the minute details to, to drive you crazy because again, every home buying process, every person's story, everybody's journey is going to be different. But my thing is you have to remain patient and like Matt said, trust but verify and just again, enjoy the process. Make sure you have your money saved. Again, that's number one. Make sure your money is right. Don't go out there on a whim because again, I was unlucky with the property taxes. Not a lot of people can come up with, that kind of extra money on a whim. But so that's why you need to make sure you have reserves. Make sure that you are in constant communication with your loan officer. I bet you I want to give a shout out to Alex. She did a hell of a job, but I told her, I was like, you probably going to be happy not to hear from me because I was calling her 4, 5 times a day. I hope if she got a man, tell him I'm sorry. I won't try to, do all that. But like, I was on it.
Yeah,
So,
you got to be on it.
but you just, again, if during the process you are stressed out, call Matt. Again, sometimes his brashness will keep you. He's like, shit, I'll tell the loan officer myself. Tell her shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, oh, hold on. Like I was like, but again, like I think at the end of the day, y'all have to. Matt is good. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with Matt. I was like, again, the first time I was doing it, I felt like I owed you this because of all the information you were giving me. And so I said, hey, let me, you know what I mean? Let me go where, where I was getting fed at. And so again, I think that it was one of the best decisions I could have made. Was the journey difficult, y'all? It was very difficult. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you. You could have everything right and something could still go wrong.
Anything can happen during the process of buying a home. And that's kind of what I've been preaching since I've really been on social. You know what I'm saying? Is that, yeah, I can't answer some of these questions y'all really be asking me because things come up that you just don't know. When life give you lemons, you got to make lemonade and you got to make it quick. But you can't be emotional behind these decisions. Everything has to draw back to, does the numbers make sense?
Yeah.
Does the deal still make sense? And can we close if it does? Right? There's a problem. We always have to have a solution in the same sentence. And that's something that I say to my team. That's what I say to you as a CEO of a real estate business now. You know what I'm saying? And just make the right decision. Common sense outweighs everything, and just keep it moving at the end of the day. Because if this deal dies, oh well,
Yeah.
there's
Okay.
another deal.
You kept saying that to me. I'm like, no, but my wife, yeah, yo, you can get another one. I'm like, you ain't gotta tell her, bro. Like, I gotta tell her. You was like, yeah, you was like, but it's good. It's gonna work out. And again, like real talk. Like, I appreciate you talking me off the ledge. You know what I mean? Because there were so many times I was like, oh, fuck, you know what I mean? Like, if it don't work, it don't work. You know what I mean? I was trying to talk to myself in the mirror, like, yo, if it don't work, you just move. But it's like I wanted it, and so
Yeah.
every time when I was like, damn, like. I'm calling you like, yo, not right now. Give me a second. I'll call you. And y'all, he always calls back. He may not answer on the first ring, but he can
No,
call you.
I definitely won't answer on the first ring, but I definitely will call you back. I will get your problem resolved. Just give me the time that I asked for, and I'll get it resolved. But listen, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to help you and your family create generational wealth and start your journey in real estate. I'm looking forward to the next deal from you guys. The first closing of 100 this summer. We got 93 days of summer, guys. We got 100 testimonies just like this from people that I am personally helping buy real estate, and they're going to tell you their story, what they learned, the good, the bad, the ugly. We didn't sugarcoat anything for you guys in this 15 minutes. So I hope you guys learn. Go tell them your Instagram so they can follow you and watch your journey, bro.
Okay, my Instagram is JayHay4.
All right, guys, make sure you go follow him.
Questions? Hey, I'm an open book. Again, I'm trying to, Matt, I plan on talking to you in about 12 to 18 months because I'm buying another crib. We're going to buy a multifamily. Also, to let y'all know, we got, it's a 5-bed, 3.5 baths. We got 3 bedrooms up top where my wife and I are going to be living at. And then we got a fully furnished basement with the kitchen, all that stuff. I was trying to house hack and live in the basement, but I'll send, if y'all follow me, y'all see a picture of that kitchen, and ain't no way in hell my wife was yeah, no, honestly, ask me any questions you want, because again, my journey is your journey. Yeah, it's gonna be a little different, but at the same time, like, I joined EYL because I was trying to get motivation from everybody. So again, it's nothing like somebody doing it that looks like you. Today, we all we got and we all we need. So like, let's make it happen.
Word, man. Shout out to EYL. Shout out to all my earners. Justin, man, I really appreciate your business and the opportunity to help you and your family. Looking forward to more, man. Y'all
And
go follow him. And this is the first of 100. We got 99 more stories to go, guys. So make sure you turn your post notifications on. Hit that paper plane. Share it to your friends. Tell them to watch it. It's going to be on my feed for 12 hours. All right? Peace. Justin, I'm going to holler at you.
all right.